Hello, it's Jaime and
Sara.
So we are going to get going today, and we're super pumped to be doing Live with Bottleneck, the special version, a week in review. So hang in there, and we will be right back. I don't know, about 38 seconds or so, 30 seconds, 32 seconds. I don't know what the timing is on this. We'll be back. Get ready for some unbelievable entertainment. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello. Well, welcome to our special edition every Friday at 10 a.m. Central. My beautiful wife, Sara, and myself, Jaime J. I'm by the way, I'm the CEO and founder of Bottleneck Virtual Assistants. She's my boss with everything that we do. And we're pretty excited because we do this Live with Bottleneck. It's a live stream. And in case you like the production value here, you can go to StreamYard and check it out. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form, but I absolutely love the platform. It's very easy to use. And so what I wanted to do today was let you know what we're going to be talking about. Sara and I are going to be, you want to tell them what we're talking about today?
Distributed workforces and how we're thriving in a post-COVID world.
There we go. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And the reason why we wanted to talk about this is, actually we had a kind of a tough time coming up with the title, but we landed on this title, how distributed workforces are thriving in a post-COVID-19 world, because we are a distributed workforce, and we've had our fair share of challenges. And so today is going to kind of be about some of the challenges that we've experienced and what we're going to be doing to overcome them.
Yep. We came up with this show during a meeting. I was like, oh, I got our Friday show.
Yeah.
Because we were banging our heads and it was like, what do we do? What do we do? It's been a very stressful week, to say the least.
It's been a little stressful, yeah. And I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced stress, but stress is where you feel like everything's crushing you. And
like nothing's gonna work. It's the end of the world. Can I just run away or crawl in? I just want a turtle. I just want to go in my shell and hide.
Yes.
Somebody else do it, please.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off. If at any time you have any questions, go ahead and ask away. No matter if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Periscope, or YouTube, we'll be happy to take your calls as we jump into this. So, Sara, what's our first topic there?
Well, how did we come up with this? Why have we been so stressed? What's going on with us personally and in our company? It's been kind of a crazy couple of weeks.
So talk about that.
So during COVID, everybody, we lost 60% of our business during COVID. So what did we do? We still had staff. We still had us. We had lots of extra time. What did we do? We went hard and we rethought our whole business plan. And we've restructured and we're adding new softwares and getting rid of old softwares and we're streamlining. We took all our debit cards and we canceled them. All our credit cards, canceled them. That way, any payment that came through, we got a notification this was declined. Do we really need that or do we not? So we found a couple of places where we could, streamline a little bit more. So that's just a little trick you might think about. But building on that, we've and going through this struggle, we've determined that you can't use COVID as an excuse. You've got to crawl out. The economy will come back. It will be stronger than ever. I took Facebook off my phone. I would get really upset when I read Facebook. I don't care what side you're on. Everybody, if you didn't agree with them, you're stupid. I'm like, I'm not stupid. Facebook is stupid. Bye. That's how it made me feel. And I want all negativity out of my life. I have enough stress. I don't need that on top of there. So
Yeah.
what about you? What do you think about?
Well, I think some of the stuff that's been happening, it's really hard redesigning your company. Along with that, so here's what we did. For those of you that don't know, we took the downtime with the loss of business. And instead of getting 20, 25 consultations a week, we were getting maybe 2 or 3. I mean, it really slowed down. Everybody kind of didn't know what was going on, obviously. So what we did, get this, is we pretty much launched a new company. And so number one, we looked at our CRM, customer relation management. We got a new CRM tool. Number two, we redesigned, redeveloped, and our website. We took it from some obscene 153 pages down to 83 pages. So we consolidated, we distilled the messaging. There's a lot of time and process gone into that. So here we are 3 months later.
A lot of times getting
that done. Third thing is we've designed and laid out a client onboarding portal like no other. And that's still in progress. We're still doing videos for that and updating. And we're trying to think, hi, Raina. Raina says hi. Raina is the most awesome personal assistant in the world. And she has been a huge part in our organization, helping us facilitate and manage the projects. Mm-hmm. And then the fourth thing that we did is we rediscovered a new software partner to help us with personality assessments. So we're building that into the process too. And as you can imagine, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different aspects of our business. Basically, you can say the 4 pillars of our business, we've completely redefined, redesigned. And then the 5th thing that we did is we created a new category.
We did.
And what's the new category?
Dedicated distant assistant.
Dedicated distant assistant. Our goal is to disrupt, and I know some people are going to cringe when I say disrupt, but disrupt the virtual assistant arena. And that in and of itself, as you can imagine, we've been doing this for many, many years. And everywhere we put virtual assistants, we're having to change it to distant assistants, with the exception of our name. So we'll talk about that on another one, on how we're going to be kind of an anti-virtual assistant company. Stay tuned. That'll be coming out soon. But these were all of the things that we did that caused massive stress, because it took every single person on the team to kind of get this done. So communication was key. The other thing we did was billing. So we actually did 6 different things, right? We completely rechanged our billing. We went from hourly billing to subscription-based billing, which is a lot easier to track, but is it really? Like that's where Sarah's running into it. She's been dealing with QuickBooks Online. It's been challenging. So a week in review, live with Bottleneck, a week in review, how distributed workforce has to get over ourselves for this COVID-19. Right. This is what COVID-19 has been for us. Now we can go all into the, being safe and wearing the masks and all that stuff, but I'm talking about business and what we did during this downtime. And so while we're not quite there, I'm very proud to say that we've really come together as an organization. But it has not been without stress.
Absolutely. During COVID, it's easy to blame COVID. Oh, it's
super easy.
But, we had to sit back and go, okay, why are we not converting? Why is our company static? You can't blame COVID anymore. People are coming back. So we're back to growing, but there's a bottleneck. We had a bottleneck in our company. And we decided, and this was kind of an epiphany that we had. We were on a walk one day, and you were explaining to me you had this thought, and we have got to play to our staff's strengths.
Yep.
Maybe we hired them to fill this position, but maybe we're learning that, wow, they are amazing at this. These are their strengths. Let's use those. They'll be happier. I mean, do I like QuickBooks? No, QuickBooks is like, this is your brain. this is your brain on QuickBooks. It's an egg frying in a pan. I hate it, but it's something I have to do. And it's okay. But I want to come into work every day excited. And if it's something I love to do, like I love doing workflows. I don't know why. I love it. Something it's
well,
easy.
You're good at it. It clicks for you.
Yeah. And it's easy. I enjoy putting it together and going, oh, hey, here we go. All right. There's a workflow done. So what do you think about that?
What do I think about workflows?
No, you hate workflows. Playing to our staffs, how that's changed our mindset about growing the company.
Yeah, I think it's really important that vision, what you aspire to do as a company, mission, what your daily objectives are, and core values, your belief system. I believe that anybody that you bring on board really has to understand what those three different areas are, because if you can find somebody that shares a similar belief system, similar core values, understands the mission, and is thriving to achieve the goals and objectives assigned with that mission, and then they also see where the company is headed, where the people in the organization want to go, that is key, because you cannot teach personality or coach personality. But what you can do is you can teach and coach workflows and systems. Mm-hmm. So if you bring somebody on for one role and they're not super, dynamic at that role, but something's starting to happen over here, you have to realize that, because finding someone that shares a similar belief system with you is priceless. Mm-hmm. I really believe that. And we don't want to lose any of that. So how can we better improve our own company objectives, systems, and processes? By putting the right people in the right positions. And this is where it's really important to make sure that you assess everyone in particular. And with the tools we have now, we're so excited, because that's going to work for our clients now.
Oh, absolutely.
Where you think you might need a position and someone to fill that position, only to realize later it's more powerful if they were to maybe shift over to another position, or to maybe start participating more in another role, or take on other responsibilities other than what you initially thought. Mm-hmm. This is huge. And you have to be able to recognize that. And how do you recognize that? Through an assessment, through performance, finding out what they're good at. If you're following up with somebody constantly following up with them, and that certain thing is not getting done, but these other areas are slam dunks, maybe it's time to say, hey, you know what? Maybe we look at redirecting here. Maybe we look at pivoting, something like that. And so that's my view on it anyways, is understanding that they get the vision, mission, core values down, and that person, that team, that's what you want. That's most important. Now, where can you place that person? That's the question. You place them in the strengths, their biggest, where they contribute the most, and where they enjoy the most.
And sometimes you create a new position, and actually that's a good thing, because you're like, well, I really don't have this position for them, but I can carve it out over here, and guess what? I can delegate more of what I do to them. Mm-hmm. And they're going to feel fulfilled because they're enjoying it. And, we created a new position just for them, just because they're so good at what they do.
Yeah. And this happens too up front. So the preparation and hiring for a role and responsibilities, a lot of this has to do with understanding vision, mission, core values, but also understanding the core competencies of that role, the core responsibilities of that role, so that when you do send out an assessment of sorts, whether it's DISC or Colby, whatever it is, or it's our talent sorter, thanks to Tim Brennan for integrating that into our system, it's unbelievable, because the better you can get a fit early on, and doing the homework early on, knowing exactly what it is that you do, that's what we help with. That's key. Instead of just saying, oh my gosh, everything's a mess, I just need to hire somebody. I need to get a rock star in here and get it off my plate. That's a big no for us if you come to us with that. Now we will help you get to a position, because one of the biggest things, and I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but one of the biggest challenges we found is that, or I guess one of the biggest things we've recognized is that when you hire somebody new, it gets harder right away.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're busy, you're frustrated, you're stressed, and now you have to train someone else on how to do the work. And if you don't have systems or processes in place, it makes it even more challenging. So go to bottleneck.online today, get an inquiry, and we'll show you 3 things that you can do to alleviate all of this.
Yeah, I've been really struggling with QuickBooks with some billing issues, and I talked to 5 people yesterday. I was on the phone for over 3 hours. I got disconnected from 2, got transferred. The accent was so thick, I couldn't understand it, and that's me. I have a difficult time hearing, but getting my message across. So I'm working on a workflow, but I need help creating that workflow. And it was so hard and it was so frustrating for me to try to explain to the help desk, this is what I need. This, and they'd go off on a tangent. I'm like, stop. Okay, stop. And it was frustrating them. I'm like, and one thing I was thinking about it when I was in the shower a second ago, how it would have been so great if that help person would have said, okay, I understand that you're stressed. So, and that you've tried this and you've been in touch with other people, and now I'm going to walk you through this. Now, it might seem contradictory to what you've been doing, but just bear with me. We're going to go through some steps, and then we'll get to the end result that you want. I was never told that. It was so frustrating. I'm like, you're going in the wrong direction. You're going, So communication is key. Workflows are key. I can't wait for these to be done. That was kind of going off on a tangent, but I've been really stressed this week.
Yeah, it's been a stressful week. That being said, and I don't know why I left it on that one. Sorry about that. One of the other areas that I wanted to talk about this week, again, we are talking about how distributed workforces are thriving in a post-COVID-19 world. So what that means is, what are we doing now to actually thrive? So we have the stress going on, we have all of that happening, but what are we doing to thrive in a post-COVID-19 world? And I think what's happening now is we're understanding more about a distributed workforce. A distributed workforce is like remote workers, people that are working remotely and they're at their homes, whatever the case may be. If you haven't heard that term before, it's a term that was created by Matt Mullenweg, who's now runs Automatic, and he was one of the co-founders of WordPress. And he has nearly 1,200 employees, 100% distributed workforce. And so one of the ways that I think we're now thriving in a post-COVID-19, and I will say post now, I think we can assign it to a post-COVID world, because we've had some time to experience what's going on. And if anybody's read that book, I think it was Crossing the Chasm, where you're moving from one stage where it's kind of early adopters into more of, there's a chasm now, a gap that's going to happen. So what happens is, the early adopters are like, yeah, let's work with remote workers, but they're still not right there. But as they cross that chasm, now the early adopters have had time to give them feedback. People are understanding more what the roles and responsibilities are. They've set up their remote-based environments. They know to close the door when the kids are there. They know when they have them, so things are starting to happen. It's starting to be a little more accepted now, and we're starting to see things here pick up, which is a good thing. So we've crossed that chasm, and that's what I think will allow me to justify this as post-COVID-19. Now, that's my opinion. Your opinion's fine. Let's hear them. I'm okay with that. But that was the reason for the justification of this. Now, as I go on through this tangent, the reason why I believe we're thriving now is because what we did is we've learned everything over the past 3 months. It's just like moving. All the big furniture is easy to move. It's the little things that are time consuming and, very like all these little tiny, that's what we're dealing with right now. We're putting in all of those little fine points right now. And that's, I think, where it's extremely frustrating. But here's the big difference. And here's the big motivator. In my opinion, please feel free to jump in anytime. Big motivator, in my opinion, is that we are one of the few companies that have taken this challenge that is COVID and embraced the positivity so that we'll be in that top 10% coming around the end. We're going to be a company that is laid out and is going to be able to help people realize how they can navigate these crazy oceanic waters of COVID and remote-based working. And what are the differences? How do I know I can hire remotely? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? And we're able to identify all of that for you. This is all we've been doing over these past 3 or 4 months. This is it. But it comes with a price. It comes with a price of stress. It comes with a price of all of this stuff. So how are we thriving? This is how we're thriving. So in stress, we're thriving.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's a lot of extra hours. It's a lot of, we've set deadlines for ourselves, and we don't make them, at times, because we're working so hard. But we know if we work hard and get this done, that, in 2-3 weeks time, all this will be done, and it's going to be smooth sailing. And it's all that hard work and effort we're putting into it. So it's, we are running a marathon here. We're almost to the end of it. And you will be, it'll be a prize for you guys, because it's going to be so amazing when you see the end product. I'm super excited about it. Instead of having the question of, it's like me trying to learn QuickBooks. It would be the time and effort you have to put into hiring a virtual assistant. If you don't know what to do, if you're an entrepreneur that's never hired anybody in your life, how do you do it? How do you train them? Or maybe you've worked in corporate America where you had people that worked under you, but you never hired them. You never had to go through the training for them. That was all taken care of for you. You're going to go in, and there's a little course. You're going to click through it. And as you go through this course, it's going to teach you exactly how to onboard your new DA so they can, you have the optimum working relationship. So, they're an extension of you. And it's super exciting. It's super exciting.
It really is. Yeah, this is the part where we're doing the work that few people will do. Mm-hmm. So I challenge you, do the work that nobody else is doing. You'll be amazed at what it is that you're capable of doing. And it is challenging, but the reward is worth it. Mm-hmm. Our reward here is helping a business owner reclaim the quality of their life, period.
Yep.
We want to help you from one of our provocative point of views is, are your daily tasks getting in the way of you doing your best work? Think about that for a second. Are your daily tasks getting in the way of you doing your best work? It makes you think of two things. Holy cow, what am I doing wrong? And holy cow, wow, what am I doing right? Mm-hmm. We want to help you do more things right. So we're more than just a virtual assistant company, in my opinion. We're really going to help you out with that. So one of the things. Did you have anything else on that list?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so we've got about 5 minutes left, and this is perfect because I want to do a little bonus section, and I am considering going into more detail on this. But there's 3 reasons why it's difficult to have a distributed workforce. And research in academia since 2000, there's all kinds of articles since 2000 that time and time again identify these 3 core areas that are very challenging for a distributed workforce. Quincy Scarborough, good job, guys. Hey Quincy. Yeah, so there's 3 areas, and everybody should realize this. I want you, if you're listening to this, to think about this. If you are looking at all the things of hiring a distributed workforce or virtual assistant or distant assistant or personal assistant from a remote-based location, we talk a lot of the pros about it, but here's some of the cons that you may consider. Number 1 is building trust. Number 2 is conflict resolution. And number 3 are personality traits. These are the three areas time and time again that keeps coming up in academia based on tons of research since 2000. I can find tons of articles. If you go, there's an article in Forums called "This is How Leaders Build Trust with Remote Teams." There is an independent research paper by Go founders that establishes the 10 essential elements to build greater trust among remote teams. There is just tons of research out there. If you want links to these, I'd be happy to give them to you. But there's a lot of research out there in these three areas. So number one, building trust is really hard to do from a remote-based location, right? What are a couple things that prevent you from building trust? Well, if we're not in the same location, think of it like a long-distance relationship. You know,
what are they doing?
A couple goes off to two different colleges. What happens? You know, like, oh my gosh, are they going out? Are they seeing someone else? There's all that stuff that can be popping up in your head. The key to it is communication, right? Remote-based communication, and involving people from a remote-based industry or a distributed workforce in the company meetings, in the daily huddles, setting up a buddy system. You know, somebody that they can converse with time and time again. The second thing is conflict resolution. What if there's a problem? What if, you know, for some reason, somebody's not showing up to work, or they're not finishing things in a timely manner? Well, again, communication is the number one factor, number one challenge in that. So you have to figure out ways of heading things off before they occur, heading problems off before they occur. And what's one way that you can do this? Setting expectations and clarifying goals, and making sure that everybody on the distributed workforce knows that they are an important aspect of any organization. And then the third thing is personality traits. Well, it's hard to figure out personalities if you're not right there. You don't get to see, you know, facial expressions or rolling of the eyes or, you know, something like that. So how do we discover personality traits? Well, through assessments, through initial conversations, through background checks, through having a hiring process and a recruitment process in place, multiple conversations before any introductions ever occur.
And these are video conversations. These aren't emails. These aren't a resume sent to you and you read over it. Yeah, this is pretty in-depth stuff.
How do you know that you can work successfully together? How do you know that? What if we told you that the same science that's being used for the Canadian Olympic team to find out whether or not they're going to be a good participant or a good teammate for that Olympic team? What if we told you that that same technology is what we're using here to identify the personality traits for people from the hiring person and from the candidate that wants to be hired? It's a big, huge game changer. And many people don't do this. So it's these three areas on why it's difficult to have a distributed workforce: building trust, conflict resolution, and personality traits. And these are the three areas that we're focusing on most, because that's where all the research says that's the biggest challenge is remote work teams. So we're getting close to wrap up. That was my little research for today. But
and I have something about your research. So yeah. I liken that to, has everybody seen Dream? What's the hockey dream team? Where they won the Olympics in 1980. Oh, the movie.
Yeah. I can't remember it. With
the Disney movie.
Yeah. It wasn't Mystery Alaska. It was
no, the other one. Anyway, so when the coach
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, with Kurt Russell. So when the coach comes in and he, basically he tells the Olympic Oversight Committee,
Quincy said, highly recommend you hire these two for your business.
Yeah, thanks, Quincy.
Thank you, Quincy.
So when the coach comes in and he basically tells the Olympic Oversight Committee, I don't care what you say. I'm not hiring the most talented people. I want the kids that are going to work the best together. So that's what we do. Think of us as your dream team coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do all the background check. We do everything. There's so many levels that our recruitment manager goes through to find the perfect fit for you. And is it always the perfect fit? No. But most of the time, you know, this person, they're going to be such a good fit for you that, you know, you find a way to work together, and it turns out great. Yeah, you know, it's all about a little give and take. But I really liken it to being like the coach that says, you know, these guys play well together. These guys play well together. These are the guys I want.
It's not the rock star. It's not the most talented person. Talent. What is it? Michael Jordan said, talent.
No, hard work beats talent every day.
Well, he said something like, he said, talent will win you games. Teamwork will win you championships.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you want to work together as a team, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help you lay the groundwork for that and get that person that's going to make your team the winning team.
I love it. I love it.
Miracle on Ice.
Miracle on Ice. Oh, nice. Miracle on Ice. That's right. Or Miracle.
Miracle.
It might just be Miracle.
I think it might be Miracle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those. Go watch that movie. It's pretty good. Go watch it. Even if you're not a big hockey fan, that's a pretty good movie.
It's very inspirational.
And then one other thing, what do you think of the new hat?
Pretty cool.
If you want to know more about what Lost a Lot is, ask away in the comments, and I'll be happy to tell you. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, just, you know, if you're watching this, take a second afterwards and question everything you're doing. Question it. Why am I not converting? Why am I not getting the sales? Why am I not getting the clients? Why am I struggling every day? You got to question everything and look for, well, what's the bottleneck? Is it something you hate doing? Well, you know, just question it. That's all. I challenge you to question everything over the weekend. Think about it.
Yeah, think about that. If you want to learn more, you can go to bottleneck.online, and you can see there where you can make an inquiry. If you want to set up a free consultation, we'd be happy to answer your questions. And you can also email anytime, info@bottleneck.online, or you can email Sarah directly. It's sarah@bottleneck.online. No H. Oh, dad jokes, please. Oh my gosh, we gotta have dad jokes. Okay, dad jokes. Let me see. What's a good dad joke?
You know, I can't tell a joke. I give the punchline before the joke.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I could kind of say one for corporate America. No, I don't want to say that one. That one's bad. Let me see. I don't have a dad joke right off the top of my. I guess. Oh, okay. Horse walks into the bar. Bartender says, "Hey, why the long face?" Is that a dad joke?
Skeleton walks into a bar, orders a beer and a mop.
Yep, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good thing. We'll wrap up with jokes in the future. That's kind of you know, nerdy and dad kind of joke things. Whatever. Hey, we love it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, this is
Sarah.
And I'm Jamie. And we're the founders of Bottleneck Virtual Assistants. You can learn more about bottleneck.online by visiting us at bottleneck.online. Send us an email. Visit us on LinkedIn. Love connect with us there. We'd love to continue building our relationships. We're also on Twitter at Bottleneck VA, and we're up at Instagram, Bottleneck Virtual Assistants. And a big shout out this week to Bethany, who's coming on board and helps us out with our social media. She'll be jumping on one of our live events here. And okay, great. Marina liked that one. She thought that was funny. So Bethany, thanks so much for helping us out with our social. Looking forward to seeing what that turns out to be. And if there's anything else we can do for you, please feel free to reach out. When you want to wrap up with anything?
The puck stops here. No.
Oh, Lordy. All right. Well, we're wrapped up. That was a week in review, live with Bottleneck, week in review with Sarah and Jamie, or Jamie and Sarah. And we just want to say thanks so much. Have a fantastic day. And don't forget, make your own ripple.